Now for NASCAR. The decision to ban the Confederate flag represents a major shift. The flag has long been a hard-to-miss presence at races. This photo shows some flying at a Homestead Miami Speedway. This was back in 2018. Now, the driving force this week pushing for the ban has been Bubba Wallace, a driver in NASCAR's Top Series who's been elevating the issue of racial equality in that community. At recent races, he's worn shirts with the message, "I can't breathe." And Wednesday evening, he raced 500 laps in a car sporting a special Black Lives Matter paint scheme. NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace joins us now. Bubba, thanks for making the time and welcome to the News Hour. I want to ask you about this decision because it happened pretty quickly. It seems like within days of you making that request, NASCAR said all-out ban on the flag, but they've wrestled with it before. I remember back in 2015, they encouraged fans to stop bringing the flag, and the fans ignored them. So why do you think they did this ban, an all-out ban now?
Well, good to be talking to you, first of all. Really, it's something that needed to be done. Since then, obviously, way before then, we were trying to get this change going. And like Dale Jr. said way back then, the flag belongs in history books and museums now. And I'm proud of NASCAR for stepping up and taking that action to get rid of the flag.
Do you think that there's something about this time that we find ourselves in right now that said to them, this is something we have to take? It's not enough to encourage fans to stop bringing it. We have to just ban it.
Yeah, for sure. I had conversations with NASCAR leadership, simply Steve Phelps, the president, and talking how we need to take, affirmative action to get rid of the flag immediately and just do a whole culture shift with the sport. Our sport has such bad stigma about us, and I want to show that we can provide so much more than the history's past and make this about inclusion, diversity, unity, and coming together as one.
Well, let me ask you about the future of the sport, because it's worth noting, like a lot of sports ratings, NASCAR's been in decline, right? Viewership has been going down. Do you think that their concerns about turning away or alienating potential new fans were part of their decision right now?
Actually, the stats we've been getting, the viewership's been going up. So we've, obviously all sports have gone down from across all boards, but our sport seems to be, kind of leading the forefront. And then us being the first sport back after this COVID-19 pandemic really shows the leadership that we have and how we can take on what's new for us and create the new normal for right now. So fans are going to start coming back soon. And I'm excited for when it's back to the old ways of fans being able to come up and purchase the ticket and enjoy the race, because that demographic is going to be a lot different than what we've seen in the past. That's my hope. And I truly believe in that. The change has started and is coming and still in full form.
What do you mean by that when you say the future demographic is going to be different than you've seen in the past?
There's just going to be a different face, I feel like. We've always talked about having more diverse background, a diverse fan base in stands. People of all races and colors going to be there to support their favorite driver. It doesn't even have to be me. But just being there and enjoying their time, cheering on their favorite drivers, buying their merch, eating the concession stand, just having a good time with the family. It's a family sport, and we encourage all families to come out and have fun.
Bubba, it's worth pointing out to anyone who doesn't know that you're the first full-time black driver since 1971 in NASCAR. And you mentioned before that you heard from some first-time racegoers. They came to races, they saw the flag, and it made them uncomfortable. You didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. But what about you? In all your years participating in what's an overwhelmingly white sport, did the flag ever make you feel uncomfortable?
It didn't. I always had the mindset, and maybe I was blind to it, of just going out there and chasing checkered flags. And now being more open and more of a leader on the matter, it's not about me. It's about the people I'm representing, my fan base. I encourage my fans to come out to races, and if fans have problem with something, then I feel like it's up to me to stand up for what's right and to create equality and make everybody feel comfortable going wherever they are. That's what's wrong with us. We're so afraid of stepping outside of our box to enjoy the unknowns. And I'm a person that lives life on the edge, and has no holdbacks. And I encourage people to do that as well. But when there are certain things that we can control as people that's holding a different demographic back, then let's just come together and meet in the middle and get rid of it.
Bub, I got to ask you, because we're having this conversation after millions of people watched the video of George Floyd dying, and you shared recently that you have seen it, that your mom saw it, and that she sent you a message after that. What was that message?
Yeah, she just said she hopes, she prays that she'll never have to see me lying on the ground saying I can't breathe, and that my life matters to her. So that was a pretty impactful message, and that just pushed me to keep doing the things that I'm doing off the track to change the world.
Can I ask you what you first thought when you saw the video?
It was disgusting to see, and I was hurt. I was hurt for 2 or 3 weeks prior to that over the Ahmaud Arbery video, being hunted down and killed in broad daylight. So I've been feeling a lot of hurt and pain and anger, just like the African American community has. And so this was just the tip of the iceberg, where we're simply tired of trying to peacefully protest and say something and nothing happens. So you see all this chaos and whatnot going on. We're tired. We're hurting. We're in pain. The African American people are trying to speak out and say they want change, and change is coming.
But very briefly, in the few seconds we have left, there are people who are going to look at the ban and say, okay, this flag is important to me. It's part of my heritage. If NASCAR is done with the flag, I'm done with NASCAR. What would you say to them?
It's tough to change the simple-minded people, people that are stuck in their ways and don't want to adapt to change. That's tough. But a good friend of mine, Marty Smith, ESPN, said, NASCAR's not closing the door on you. They're opening the door to many others. And that stuck out to me. So it's pretty powerful there.
That is Bubba Wallace, a driver for NASCAR, joining us tonight from North Carolina. Bubba, thank you so much for making the time.
Yep, thanks.